I think the big question I always get asked is, how do you afford all of that lot? And it's quite simple. It's like literally leverage everything. I wasn't from a very affluent upbringing. I didn't get given any money, but I've now managed to quit my job and control my own time and my own freedom. I started out with Real Life, like I say, the first event 2018, and it's very much a case of just trusting the process with the principles and the systems that are put into place. And yeah, it's leveraging, it's learning everything in place. I've got a couple of properties in my portfolio that I've only actually viewed once. And in fact, I've got one property that I've not actually seen at all. So it's literally systems, leverage, teamwork. So yeah.
You know, what about this thing when it comes to people are saying, oh yeah, you know, loads of people saying that they got, you know, multi-million pounds worth of property, but it's all debt. Like, what do you say? Let's open that discussion, because I've got something to say on that. But let's just, you know, let's just talk real. Like, we don't want to talk down to anyone, or don't want to, you know, slag anyone off or anything like that, because it's just a case of you don't know what you don't know.
So a big one. I had this with a very old friend of mine. He was talking about good debt, bad debt, and he just read this book at the weekend, and he was like, so I've been taught all my life, and he's like 34. He goes, I've been taught and to pay my mortgage off and to have that. I went, okay, so now what's your thoughts? And he went, well, this book tells me it's wrong. I went, so let me ask her a question. And he said, well, what's that? I said, does your house make you money? And he went, well, no, it doesn't. He said, but if I've got no mortgage on it, then it doesn't cost me money. I went, why? Do the bills pay for themselves? Went, well, no, obviously everybody's got to pay bills. I went, okay. So I said, so let's break it down. A property where you've got a mortgage on it, but you also rent it out, and then it makes you money, is that good or bad? And he went, well, of course it's good. I went, it's pretty much that simple. So a mortgage, if it's a business-related mortgage,
that's simple.
It is. It's not hard. Just stop trying to complicate it. A business, if it makes you money, is good debt. You got any thoughts?
Well, it's just tactical leverage debt, right? It's like when people say, I want to pay off a mortgage, you could have £500,000 sitting in your house that's earning you nothing. Or could you then have pulled that money out, invested it, and make a bigger return than the mortgage that you're paying? So that actually the money's now making you more money. So money's just sitting there, it's dead money. So that's why I want the debt. I want to leverage the debt to get rich.
If you've got an unencumbered mortgage, come talk to me. I will make you money.
Yeah. So a couple of things that sparked this thing up for me in the first place, because I tell you, like when I left school, I was in the building trade. So like 15 years old, after I'd left school about 8 years. No, I'm kidding. 15 years old, I was out there. And I was doing the work. I was on the tools, and I was all rounder, doing bricklaying, carpentry, plastering, anything that would make me money. I was working my ass off. And then I remember one guy, I was on a site, and he was the son of the guy who owned the site. And he said, oh, you know, you seem to know, and your team seems to know, you know, what you guys are doing here. You work pretty quickly and stuff. How come you don't do it for yourself? And I'm like, yeah, but in this game, you know, you need money to make money, right? And he's like, yeah, you're right. So I just went on still after that, thinking, yeah, you're right. And then it came down to a point. So that was one of the things. And then another one of the things. So that was like how I'd been conditioned. Then two things happened. I can't remember which order they were in. But one of the things that happened was, you know, Duncan Ballantyne from Dragon's Den. Yeah, he is a funny guy. You know, he used to like fall asleep in the chair, right? And he used to show all those clips of him asleep while people are pitching and presenting. And I heard him say this thing. He said, my goal is to die with $1 billion of debt. Now, I didn't understand what it meant. Yeah, but like it kind of stuck with me for some reason. Then, so I don't know which order it happened in, but then hearing Robert Kiyosaki, you know, everyone reads the books and all the rest of it. But one thing, what Robert Kiyosaki said was, he said, debt is money. So this, and probably a lot of other things as well that influenced me, started to make me think, debt is money? Well, I want money. Yeah, but if debt is money, how is debt money? Well, with money, yeah, so you take money, yeah, and you buy something, yeah. So this is what you want. You live your lifestyle, you pay your rent, you pay your, you know, bills, you pay, you know, for your car or whatever. So that's what you do with money. But also, once you've done that, normally it's just gone. But with debt, you see, debt, I can buy something with debt. Yeah, like this laptop that I'm using right now, I bought with debt. Yeah, and then I use it to make it pay me money. Yeah, I can use debt to buy a house. Yeah, and then I can use that debt to pay me money. So now the debt, which is money, gets given, or I buy something with a debt, but now that debt pays me and it keeps making the money. Where before, once I paid the money, it was gone. I spent, like, let's call it real money. I mean, it's all fake anyway, but let's just call it real money. Yeah, I spent real money and I never see it again. But debt, which people don't think is money, which are also fake money as well, because it's all fake. Yeah, I use debt to buy stuff, but that stuff that I buy can then pay me on a continuous basis. Or I can use, like, most people, they're like, entrepreneur, I want to set up a business, I need to raise some capital. Well, that's debt, you know. So if you want, you know, a business loan to set up a company, God knows why you would need that, because, you know, there's ways to create businesses without, like, from scratch with nothing, and I've done it many times. But with property, what I love about that is that stuff's already there, the teams are already there, the demand for the product's already there, and all you're going to do is just leverage the debt to get income coming your way, whether it's on a monthly basis or whether I borrow, you know, 100, 200, 500,000 to then go and make, you know, $1 million, 2 million by going to sell something. Yeah, so I think this is a super valuable aspect or insight that people have got to take, rather than just taking it at face value, saying, you know, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. I mean, what is can't afford it anyway? I don't even know what that means. Or what does that mean? What does that mean?
That's what it is.
I mean, if it comes down to can't afford it, it depends what mood I'm in. You know, 1 minute I'm like, yeah, let's just, you know, spend money like whatever. You know, next minute I've got the same amount of money or more money, and then you ask me about buying. I'm like, no. Yeah, so it depends what mood I'm in. Yeah, it just depends what mood I'm in. And I'm sure most other people are the same. So let's now talk of how we all use this insight and principles to start fostering some beautiful looking deals which start to, you know, pay us some money. So Lewis, tell us about some deals you did, and yeah, tell us how you made it happen and how you used, you know, none of your own money or some of your Bitcoin or whatever, cash under your mattress.
Obviously, my favorite one, and the one probably most people know me for, is the Hunters Lodge Grade 2 listed coach house conversion. So I managed obviously to find a derelict building that needed and was desperate to be converted. Then I done an agreement with the vendor to upfront the property, and I will pay them upon refinance. So that way I didn't have to find any money upfront to purchase it. So that way I funded the purchase without any money. And secondly, I've raised money from investors to pay for the build, and then refinanced it, paid everyone back, and pulled out money as well. So it literally didn't need any money in to get it done. But what I realized through that process is people think they're getting into property, but it's not really property. You're just a debt mover. You borrow money from one person to pass it to another, to pass it to the builder, then you refinance it, and the debt comes back from the bank to you. You literally just move money. Whereas most people think like property is in, like, you know, building sites and that. You're just a money mover. You just play with debt.
Yeah, but people do that anyway, don't they? Like, they work their ass off all week or month, and then they move, like, money moves into their account and they move it straight back out.
just keep it going, just straight back.
It was as if it was never there.
Just did it on a bigger scale, right? But you just play with debt. See, that's all property is. You're just moving money.
Yeah, it moved so quickly it didn't even touch the sides.
So yeah, that was great. All money out. Another one I done was it was up for 100,000. I got it for 80. We spent like 5K on a refurb, and I refinanced that and pulled all the money out, all fully investor funded. Me and Sam have got one at the moment that was funded by, I don't know if I found upon this is, but we got the bounce back loan for our business, and we used that to fund the purchase. So that was fully funded by debt as well. Since we financed and pulled it out, so the bounce back loan gave us a free house.